showing it, young Weezy, man, this shit too easy. Different bitch for every season, showing me they cleavage. I take drugs and feel relaxed like that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jeremy Marquez. I'm with J Marqeting with a Q. That's my company. Started off with I Call You Close a couple years ago, has evolved into We Call You Close and Power Prospecting. Give me a moment here and grab some chords. Chords on top of chords. Give me a moment. Happy holidays, guys. If you're reading the summary or the subject of this, rather than putting my blanket or my normal subject line, which is just a standard one, I decided to make it a custom. So it's December 22nd, 21st, right? And in the United States and most places in the world, this time of year is a really big holiday season, okay? So what does that mean to us? If you guys are a real estate professional, if you're a sales and marketing professional, business owner like myself, do you check out? Are you taking a holiday? If you've been in the business a while and you're successful, why not? Most likely you have a team that is still young and is still grinding, most likely. But let's be honest. I know, and you know, that a large portion of real estate professionals take this time of year off. You're not working. Usually shortly before Thanksgiving and all the way until after New Year's, a lot of you guys are not working. Now, things are still happening in your business, but you yourself, you're checked out. Okay? Whatever. You've earned that, I guess. But me, that will never be me. Me, that will never be me. Even when I have multiple commas and zeros in the account, guys, it will never be me. Even during holidays and weekends, you see me working, guys, because that's when we have a lot of success. During the holidays, most consumers are off. And so it gives them the opportunity to do business. A lot of people are buying cars. A lot of people are buying houses. A lot of people are selling houses. A lot of things are happening right now. A lot of big things. And so for those of you that are taking your days off, okay, whatever. That will just never be me. I don't ever want to be that professional. I'm in love with what I do. I'm in love with my process. When I stop having that love, it's time to consider what I'm doing. So especially on days like today, I wake up in love with my process. It's impossible for me to walk past my office and not engage. Okay? It's like waking up next to your significant other and not interacting. No, it's not going to happen. Okay? I'm married to J Marqeting. I'm married to We Call You Close. I am married to Power Prospecting because I have a passion and a love for what I do. Now translate that to you and your business. Okay? You find that love and find that passion. And if you're doing it primarily for monetary and you don't have love and passion, that's fine. But just be honest with yourself about it, okay? And make sure that you do yourself that. And eventually in life, find something that you do love and that you can wake up in love with and not fret or regret going, you know? So The subject line that I put in on Facebook and YouTube, let me read it out loud here. So basically, it's prospecting during the holidays, right? What are we doing? What are we doing differently? What is our opening lines? And I can help you guys with a couple of that. Here's what we do different. We do nothing differently. We do not address the fact that we don't take too much time addressing that it's holidays. We don't. It's just like in a conversation. Do you guys? How often do you hear me asking how somebody's doing in the first 30 seconds? Do you hear me asking that question very often? No, because it allows me to bring negativity into the conversation. Later on, I'm going to ask that type of stuff, right? But it doesn't matter initially. So when I bring it up, now it matters. See how that works? If I don't bring it up, it doesn't matter. We don't need to bring it into the conversation. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some calls and here in a little bit, and I'll demonstrate that. Now, it will come up in the conversation, but it does not have to be the subject. You know what I mean? You guys get that? You with me? Okay. So, and that goes for weekends and holidays. We work on the weekends and holidays because consumers aren't. And more importantly, our competition most likely is at the beach. So while our competition is at the beach, we're cold calling around our competition's listings. We're picking them off. All right. If you guys are just tuning in, what we're talking about, give me a moment. When I bring it up, we're talking about prospecting in the holidays and what we're doing, if anything, differently, what we're saying, if anything, differently. Now, you can bring it up and you can open it up, but be prepared to talk about it. Be prepared to have a conversation about it. Me, I'd much rather just go normal. I'd rather not bring it up. And let's say somebody brings it up. Let's say a seller says, "Are you calling me during the holidays?" I'm saying, "Are you answering the phone during the holidays?" So I'm just going to throw it right back at him. I'm like, "Yes, absolutely. We work through the holidays. Would you prefer the realtor who's at the beach? Would you prefer the real estate team that's working for you during the holidays?" Right? It's an easy thing to throw back at him. Of course I'm working during the holidays. Absolutely, I'm calling you on Christmas Eve. People need to buy and sell houses on Christmas Eve just like they do on March 23rd, right? And so we have a fiduciary, say it, fiduciary. You're a fiduciary. You have a fiduciary responsibility to service these people. And so we're calling because it's our fiduciary responsibility to make sure that they're getting the service needed. Stop calling. Okay, not a problem. So you hang up the phone and then you follow up after the holiday, guys, right? Guarantee you guys will come up with some transactions. You will come up with some opportunities. If you start calling, and if you've been calling, all right? I'm just going to get IG set up. We're going to go live there too. If you guys are watching this, please tell me where you're watching from. I know we have a couple of tuners in. I need a realtor, an investor, somebody who is in the United States to tell me where you're watching from. I'm going to pull some leads in your market around a listing, and I'm going to call in your market while you're watching. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. So if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, put it in the chat or send me a message, what city you're in. Give me a moment. You guys like that Van Gogh painting? I went to the Van Gogh experience in San Francisco. It was amazing. Very cool stuff. I'm into stuff like that. Oh, I'm into stuff like this too. All right, we're live on IG as well. All right. If you guys are on IG, please start hitting the question mark button and asking questions. It will turn this into a Q&A session, which helps with the algorithm. All right. So let's pull some old expireds up. I'm going to just make some calls for some demonstration purposes until you guys jump in the chat. As soon as somebody jumps in the chat and drops what city they're in, I'm going to start making calls in your city. We have 3 people on Facebook. Let's see how many people we have on YouTube. We got a few on YouTube. Nobody on Instagram yet. But the first realtor, the first investor, the first wholesaler, the first person in the chat right now that drops an area or a city and has a listing or a listing they've just sold or a property they just sold that we can call around, let me know. I'm going to pull some leads live, and I'm going to call those leads live right now. There's nobody out there. There is no trainer, no coach, no cold caller, nobody doing what I do that will demonstrate their services live right now like this, okay? I'm already making calls. I already make real calls all day, every day, but I'm going to do something even different. I want you to drop your city, say it, Tampa, whatever, Dallas, Seattle, drop it. I'm going to pull some leads, and I'm going to call them right now. We're going to create some leads. We're going to set some appointments, and I'm going to place it with you, okay? And we're going to convert it, and we're going to document it in the entire way. Sounds fun? Let's do it. So I'm waiting for somebody to chime in here. Don't fail me now, guys. Come on, I know I got a bunch of you in here. All you got to do is go in the chat and just type what city you want me to call in. And you need to be in that city because when I create an appointment, I need you to be able to convert it. We're going to do a 50-50 on it. I'm in no hurry, so I'll just do some other stuff and talk at you guys until somebody chimes in. I'm just going to wait and just talk. Let's play some music. That's real hip hop, living legends. So I'm going to be buying a new car. So anybody with suggestions, I like the 4Runners. So I'm looking for like probably an SUV, kind of like that range. Doesn't have to be brand new, but I like it to be 2020 and above. So if you guys sell cars and you have a lead on that, let me know. Again, I'm waiting on somebody to jump in the chat, either on Instagram, on YouTube, or on Facebook, and tell me what city they're in, and I'm going to pull some leads, and we're going to make some calls in your city. I hope my Wi-Fi is strong enough for all this. I'm streaming like 10 different devices, and we're live streaming. I have a list of like I have thousands of pieces. Having leads is not a problem. I have thousands of pieces of information. That's all it is, piece of information. So we're live, like I said, on YouTube. We're streaming on the Facebook stream platform. Here, let's see. Here's that stream. Got your back. I mean, it's 50. It should be fast enough. I should bump it up to 100. It's not that much more. Looks like the chat's disabled for a live stream on YouTube. I think because I made it available to kids, they turned off the chat. That's stupid. So if you're watching on YouTube, go over to Facebook or go over to Instagram, and in the chat, you can type in what area. It is 11:07. We're going to stream until about 11:45. So let's get ready to make some calls. I like this setup, having everything in here in my office. I'm gonna have to get another TV for the main room. Spend more time in here than anywhere. My dude Van Gogh. Look, guys, I'm on in the background too. That's cool. All right. Okay, let's pull this list up. We're gonna go old school. Before I was introduced to real estate dialers, I mean, I'd used dialers before, but about 6 years ago, when Monica Rizak in Key West hired us, she turned us on to Vulcan. And Vulcan was the first real estate platform with a dialer that I had used. Okay, I just got the green light from TQ. Thank you, TQ. All right, so let's pull Vortex up. Vortex is RedX. Vortex is spelled VORTEX, but RedX is REDX. RedX is the company, okay? Their service, their platform that we use is called Vortex. A little bit confusing, but everybody refers it to it as RedX. We don't use the name Vortex. And none of that really matters. It's a platform that realtors and other professionals subscribe to. The platform provides different stuff. It will provide you leads or access to leads. It will provide you a dialer system so you can make phone calls through your browser. And it will also provide you like a mini contact management so you can take notes. You can set up callback reminders. However, you do want to have a secondary contact management system such as Lion's Desk, such as Top Producer, something like that. Not only to track your data, but to for touches, for automatic emails and things like that. It's really something that's very important because for real estate prospecting, you're not having one call closes. Okay, it's not going to happen. You maybe once or twice in your career, you're going to call somebody and they're going to say, "Hey, come on over. I'm ready to sell or buy right now." Okay, it doesn't happen that often. So there's a lot of follow up, and because you have a lot of leads and because you're following up a lot, you need to have a system. Now, using like an Excel worksheet, and yeah, that will work, but you're going to have a lot. And so we're talking about your career, and we're talking about having systems in place to make sure that you don't let money or possibilities to earn money fall through the cracks. So it's worth investing $50, $100, even $1,000 in yourself to be able to set yourself up properly for the long run. Okay. Now, if you're not quite there yet, then you need to build, you need to work on budget until you're there and make a smart decision when you're ready. Don't push yourself, because here's the thing, guys, it's not going anywhere. In 6 months, it will still be there. But in 6 months, you can put yourself in a better position. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start a filter. I'm going to call old expireds. And when we say old, I'm going to call expireds that I know aren't really being called anymore from 2019 or so. So let's think about it. What was happening in 2019? There was no pandemic, right? So these folks were just getting ready to list their house, or they had listed it previously and it came off the market. So these are legitimate expireds. These are listings that expired for legitimate reasons. So today in 2021, 2022, when a listing comes off the market as expired, it's a red flag in a sense, because you're curious of why it didn't sell, because everything is selling that's priced reasonably right now, quickly. In fact, it's selling so quickly that it's making the rental market even more competitive, because buyers who aren't able to buy property now because of the bidding wars are forced to rent. By default, it makes it difficult on normal consumers that would regularly rent, which increases the homeless rate, right? It all trickles down, guys. You got to think big picture. It's not all about your situation. It's not all about your personal income. There's a lot more going on out there. And being in the real estate industry, you're hands-on. You're right there in the mix of it. You have the power to help people. Yes, you are going to get paid. You're going to make a lot of money if you work real hard, but that can't be your only motivation, guys. Okay. Now, it can be a motivator, but don't let it be your only motivator. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and strip down the dates on these. Let's see here. Property status change. So what I want to do is I just want to filter it. So I have leads from 2019 to 2020-ish. You guys can't see, but I'm just setting up filters right now. Okay, there we go. This Wi-Fi, I'm gonna have to talk to the IT team. That's me. Vern, why would you even waste my time, comma, knowing that you couldn't afford me, comma, I've discounted it and I've made arrangements for you to pay in installments and you're still not moving forward? What's your problem? Question mark. I've not only discounted my services, but I've broken the payments up to make it this really easy for you and you're still not moving forward. Why would you? I discounted my services and broke it up in installments for you and you're still not moving forward, comma. Why would you waste my time here, comma, question mark. Your actions aren't where your words are. You talk a big game about me and say I'm the best, but after I really make a great offer to you, you don't move forward, question mark. I never have done that before for anybody, comma. Sometimes I forget that I'm going live. Which is, what did I do wrong here? Okay, so we have expireds from 2020 now. Let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call the old ones first. So expired listings, okay? And because this is the holidays, we are going to talk about that a little bit. What do we say in the beginning? Anything differently? Okay, nothing. Hi, Steve. So you can open up with their name or the property address, okay? When you open up with the name, be prepared for a potential drag, a slow start, which potentially could kill your call. So, guys, a lot of times I'm not saying a name or confirming a name early in the call, okay? A lot of times I'm going to reference the property and allow them to correct me. Hey, this is Jeremy with ABC Realty. Looks like 123 Cherry Lane is still off of the market. So these are older expired. So it looks like it's still off the market. Pause. Are you still looking to sell? So remember, the fortune's in the follow-up, right? Even though I've never spoke to these expired sellers, they've spoke to a lot of agents. They've received a lot of mailers. Now, we don't reference a specific mailer or a specific, we don't want to lie to these folks. However, we have sent stuff out to them. So we can reference the mailers. That can be a way into the conversation. Hey, we spoke back at last year when your property came off of the market. It looks like your property came off the market last year. I was just calling to see if you were still going to sell at some point. So you're looking for the motivation. Initially, your goal is to find if there's still motivation to sell. Okay. Hey, so there's ways that you can ask them directly, or you can start asking about what the plans were if they had sold. It looks like you guys were selling back in June of 2020. What were your plans if the property sold? Oh, you were relocating to Alabama? Did you guys make that move? Oh, is it still possible if you sold? Okay. So basically, you're trying to find the motivation, and then you're figuring out if they would still sell, if they could, right? And then you know what to do from there. Now, if you get an expired seller to start opening up to you, that's a good lead, right? Whether or not it converts right there on that transaction or not, if it's somebody you're going to follow up with, that's good. If you guys have been watching this entire stream, I do apologize. We are going to get to the calls right about now. Maybe. Hey, man, well, I asked you guys to participate and you didn't. So it's a little bit frustrating on that end. You know, I give you guys a lot. And I just ask you for a simple area and you can't even drop a simple area. I'm like, F you guys. All right. Not really, but I mean, geez. Okay, so let's change the filters up. We have, let's see, 62 mobile numbers. That's good. We got 109 numbers to call. Okay, just waiting on the dialer, guys. Waiting on the dialer. I love this quote. How you sell matters. How you process it. How you process is matter. What you process matters. But your customers feel when they engage with you matters more. So it's not really about what I feel. It's going to be about the customers. And that's the mindset that we always have to have, guys. You know, we always need to be able to put our have going on in their life first and foremost, right? It's not about us in this situation. And the more we make it about them and not us, the higher the level of success you're going to see. If you're on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the thumbs up. I do apologize. There's no chat feature. So if you want to chat and ask me questions, go over to Facebook. Here's the link for that. And you guys can interact with me there. I'm going to start making some calls here shortly. What your customers feel. You're tuned in. What's up, Chris? All right, so let's switch it up. All right, do the phone numbers. You should have chimed in and told me what city, man. I've been waiting on an agent to chime in and give me a city, and I will start calling in your area. So if you still want me to do that, let me know.
Welcome to Wayne. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 510-773-6987 is not available. At the
So I don't have a script in front of me. I have multiple different scripts internalized. And so for me,
707.
I don't read off of a script. If you're newer or even not, I highly suggest having your expired script in front of you, not on a computer, but on a piece of paper, so you can reference it. Now, scripts are going to be talking points, kind of like a guide for a conversation. You can always reference back to it. And it helps to have a sheet of paper with good questions, good open-ended questions. So if you're stuck in a conversation, sometimes I'll just throw out a random question.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
So these leads have been called before. These are expired listings from 2020. So they came off of the market. They were listed during COVID and they came off during COVID. So for some reason they didn't sell. So I'm going to find out, what the plans were, what the if there's still motivation to sell, that type of thing. It's like we lost the stream on YouTube.
Please leave your message for
Re-answer call.
Morgan, please leave a message. At the tone, please record your message. Please leave your message for 94963688053.
No messages. I prefer they call me back on the caller ID number.
LGI Homes, how may I direct your call?
I'm sorry, what did I dial?
LGI Homes?
I was calling in reference to 2242 Lavender. Do you guys still have that property?
2242 Lavender?
Yes.
I would have to take a message for one of our agents to give you a call back.
Okay.
We don't have anyone in the office right now. Someone's out on tour, actually.
Okay.
Are you an agent?
No.
And what was your name?
Jeremy?
And then what's a good callback number for you?
916-241-3497.
Okay, perfect. Our agent's name is Ted, so he'll give you a call as soon as he gets back from his tour.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye. What are we doing there? When Ted calls me back, I'm just going to open the conversation about the property.
Hello?
Hi, this is Jeremy with Coldwell Banker. I was calling for Isabel.
Hi.
Hi, I was referencing.
You're trying to fix my scanner thing?
I'm sorry, what?
You're trying to fix the scanner?
No, wrong person. I'm calling about your property on.
Let me put a headphone in. My speaker's not working well on my phone.
Okay.
Okay. Are you, tell me again who you are?
I haven't yet. I'm calling about your property on Puda Creek.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
This lady just keeps talking over me, and that's very frustrating. I'm going to call her back after she's had a moment to relax. It's called a put them in check technique. I don't care if I lose her. I really don't. There's plenty more. She doesn't want to answer. On to the next. It's a piece of land we wouldn't have done anything with anyways. I'd rather move on to the next.
You've reached Stephen at Stephen's Piano Studio. Please leave me a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Stephen, this is Jeremy calling. I have a question about the property on 3rd Street. Could you give me a call back when you get this? Again, my name is Jeremy. I'm a buyer. My phone number is 241-3497. That's 916-241-3497.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1 to listen to your message.
please leave your name and number, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Allie, this is Jeremy. I had a question about your property on Venezia. I know you had it off the market, and I was just curious about it. So if you have I had a question. Could you give us a call back, 241-3497? Again, that's 916-241-3497.
Please leave your message for 7076.
Hello?
Hello, this is Jeremy over at Caldwell Banker, calling for Richard. Hello? He hung up. Let's call him back.
Hello, this is Yvette's voicemail. Please leave a message after the tone, and I will call you back as soon as I can. Thank you. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
So keep in mind, guys, that just because it's the holidays doesn't make any difference, okay? You need to block that out of your mind as a mindset and don't even worry about it. Let them worry about it, okay? If they don't want to deal with it, then they're going to let you know. But otherwise, just assume. Hello, Gregory?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Sure.
Calling about your property on Ranch House Drive. Did you ever sell that, David? Hello? Let's try to call him back.
Boy, we got a difficult connection.
I think so. It's much better now, it sounds like, though.
So your number is showing Fair Oaks. Where are you located?
Fair Oaks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You still have the property on Ranch House, or is that sold?
I still own it. It's rented out at the moment.
Okay. Would you sell if you got the right offer?
Are you an agent?
No, I'm a buyer, potentially.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm an agent.
Well, I might sound like one, but so I make calls for agents, but I'm also an investor looking to buy property. I'm out of Sacramento. You're on an old list I had from 2020 from expired listings, so that's why I was calling to see what your plans were.
Okay, so just to let you know, I'm a licensed real estate agent,
I heard you.
and the property is currently rented out, but I am contemplating selling it probably like this summer.
Okay.
I'm not real clear. I turned it over to a property manager, and we initially had a 1-year lease, which ended last like August.
Okay.
And then she reached out to me and said, the lease? And I said, yeah, I'd be delighted to. Long story short is I don't exactly know when the terms of that current lease expires. I don't know if it's on a month-to-month or with another one-year deal.
Oh,
So the tenants are in there. Would you be interested to buy it with a occupant?
yeah,
Like, occupied?
that wouldn't make a difference to me. And in fact, that'd be ideal if you had good renters in there if we made a move on that property.
Okay, so how do you go about establishing what the fair price is?
I'll do some legwork on my end and after we get off the call. Initially, though, it'd be good if you can find out what the situation is with your lease, and then we can reconvene on a call tomorrow with my research and your information and go from there.
Okay. So it's funny, Paul, because I was just thinking about reaching out to my property manager and finding out exactly what is the deal. Because, again, I was contemplating if it was a one-year deal, meaning an extension taking us into August of 22, then I was planning on selling it about that time frame. But if you're willing to buy it at a reasonable price before that timeline, then with the occupant, then I'd be willing to listen to your offers. But I'll tell you, quite frankly, I'm not gonna sell it below fair market value.
Wouldn't expect you to. Okay, so let's have a call tomorrow. I'm going to do some look at the numbers. And if you can find out what the situation is with the lease, either way, because it's not a huge factor, but I need to know, of course. And then we can have a call tomorrow and go from there.
So is this a good number? I could just even text you. Like, I'll call her right now.
Yep, this is my mobile.
I could. And your name's Tommy?
Nope. I work with Tommy. This is Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yep. This is Jeremy Marquez. I partner with Tommy Quinn. He'll be in the picture if we did something. So if you want to save his number too. But my name is Jeremy. I work with Tommy, and I'm in Sac. He's in Petaluma. So.
Oh, okay. Why don't you rattle off your number real quick to me, Jeremy?
Yep. 916-241-3497. When we get done here, I'll text you my contact so you have that too, and you can put a name to the face, and we can see what we can work out here one way or another. Do you have any other properties that you'd consider unloading right now?
No, I don't. Other than the house I'm living in, no.
Are you in the market to buy anything at all?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Are you?
Well, let me read it back to you. Sorry, Jeremy. Your number is 916-241-3497?
Yeah, it should have came up in your caller ID as well, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I have it straight. Because initially, I think Tommy called me and then hung up.
No, that was me.
Connection.
We had a bad connection. He's not. Tommy's busy.
Okay.
That was me.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were about to say something when we were talking about properties.
Not important. I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you my info. When you find out what's going on with the lease, just let me know, and we'll figure it out and see if we can make something happen one way or another. Is that fair enough?
Sounds good.
Right on. Have a good morning, and talk to you tomorrow, if not sooner.
All right, take care, man.
Thank you. All right. So he has a renter in it. It's an old expired. So let me paint the picture. It was listed in April of 2020. It came off in August 2020. He has renters in there now. He's going to sell it if he can get the right price, and he'll sell for a little bit less with the tenants in there. So with that being said, that's a fire lead. Okay. Now, what am I going to do from here? That's going to be placed with TQ most likely. And I'm going to move on to the next. So I don't know if you guys were tuned into that one. I think Chris still might be watching, but I'm going to end the stream on that. I got to take care of some housekeeping stuff. Let me know if I can help you guys. I'm available to call. I'm available for training. So let me know. Let's go.